Most people think powerful women are born different. They imagine confidence just appears naturally. They believe success belongs to the lucky, the connected, or the fearless. But if you look closely at women who lead, inspire, and command respect, you'll notice something else entirely. Their strength is not built in the spotlight. It is built in silence. Long before the world wakes up. Long before notifications begin screaming for attention. Long before anyone asks them for anything. There is a private battle that happens in the early morning hours. A battle between discipline and excuses. Between purpose and distraction. Between becoming someone extraordinary or staying trapped in the same cycle. Powerful women understand something most people never learn. The way you begin your morning shapes the way you carry your life. Before the noise of the world enters their minds, they protect their energy, sharpen their focus, and reconnect with who they truly are. The first thing powerful women do every morning is they create silence before they create movement. Most people wake up and immediately surrender their mind. They grab the phone, they check messages, they scroll through problems, opinions, and distractions before their feet even touch the floor. And without realizing it, they allow the outside world to control their emotional state before the day has even begun. Powerful women refuse to live like that. They understand that peace is power. Silence is power. Solitude is power. So before the emails, before the conversations, before the responsibilities, they give themselves a few sacred moments alone. Sometimes it's prayer. Sometimes it's meditation. Sometimes it's sitting quietly with coffee while the sun slowly rises. But the goal is always the same. To hear their own thoughts before hearing everyone else's demands. Because a woman who cannot hear herself clearly will eventually become who the world tells her to be. In those early hours, she reconnects with her identity. She remembers what matters. She reminds herself that her worth is not tied to likes, validation, or approval. She slows down enough to breathe deeply and think intentionally. That silence becomes armor. It protects her from emotional chaos later in the day. It helps her respond instead of react. It gives her the ability to walk into stressful situations with clarity instead of confusion. And this is what many people misunderstand about powerful women. Their strength is not loud all the time. It is calm, controlled, grounded. Because real power does not panic. A woman who masters quiet mornings develops emotional stability that most people cannot shake. She becomes harder to manipulate because she already knows herself. She becomes harder to intimidate because she already trusts herself. And while the world is sleeping, she is building that inner foundation brick by brick. The second thing powerful women do every morning is they prepare their body before they prepare their image. The modern world teaches women to focus constantly on appearance. Look perfect, dress perfect, post perfect. But powerful women know that real confidence does not come from looking strong. It comes from feeling strong. That's why they move their bodies early. Not because they are obsessed with perfection, but because they understand movement changes the mind. It changes energy. It changes discipline. It changes self-respect. Some go for a run while the streets are still quiet. Some stretch in the living room while the house sleeps. Some lift weights. Some practice yoga. Some simply walk in silence with their thoughts. The activity matters less than the commitment itself. Because every morning workout is deeper than fitness. It is proof. Proof that she can keep promises to herself. Proof that she can do difficult things even when nobody is watching. Proof that she does not need motivation to take action. And that changes a woman psychologically. When you repeatedly show yourself discipline in private, confidence naturally appears in public. A powerful woman knows her body carries her dreams. Her energy matters. Her health matters. Her mental endurance matters. She cannot lead effectively if she is constantly exhausted, emotionally drained, and disconnected from herself. So while others are hitting snooze for the third time, she is strengthening not just muscles but mindset. And something incredible happens during those early morning moments of discipline. She stops seeing herself as fragile. She realizes she is capable of more than she thought. More focus, more endurance, more resilience, more control. That's why powerful women often seem calm under pressure. They have trained themselves to keep moving even when uncomfortable. They have practiced discipline before the world demanded performance. And discipline creates freedom. Freedom from laziness. freedom from emotional instability, freedom from depending on external validation to feel valuable. The woman who conquers her morning begins conquering her life. The third thing powerful women do every morning is they choose direction before distraction. Most people spend their lives reacting. Reacting to messages, reacting to drama, reacting to emergencies, reacting to other people's expectations. Days become weeks, weeks become years, and suddenly life feels out of control. But powerful women are intentional. Before the world starts pulling at their attention, they decide where their focus belongs. Some write goals in a journal. Some review their schedule carefully. Some visualize the woman they are becoming. Some read books that sharpen their thinking instead of consuming content that weakens it. They feed their minds with purpose. Because they understand that the quality of your life is connected to the quality of your thoughts. Weak thinking creates weak habits. Clear thinking creates powerful action. A powerful woman does not drift through the day hoping things improve. She enters the day with direction. She knows what deserves her energy and what does not. And that changes everything. Because when a woman becomes intentional, she stops wasting time proving herself to people who were never meant to understand her. She stops shrinking to make insecure people comfortable. She stops abandoning her goals every time life becomes difficult. Instead, she moves with quiet certainty. She becomes focused. And focus is rare in a distracted world. The average person wakes up consumed by urgency. Powerful women wake up connected to priority. That difference changes careers, relationships, confidence, futures. You can always tell when someone lacks direction because their emotions control their decisions. Every inconvenience becomes overwhelming. Every criticism becomes personal. Every setback destroys momentum. But women with morning discipline think differently. They understand that emotions change, but purpose remains. So even on difficult mornings, they continue. Even when tired, they continue. Even when doubted, they continue. Because they are no longer building motivation. They are building identity. And identity is powerful. Once a woman truly sees herself as disciplined, intentional, and capable, her entire life begins to shift. Her standards rise. Her boundaries strengthen. Her confidence becomes authentic instead of performative. She no longer begs for respect because she carries herself with it naturally. She no longer fears being alone because she has learned how to enjoy her own presence. She no longer chases every opportunity because she understands not every opportunity aligns with her purpose. This is why mornings matter so much. The early hours reveal priorities. They reveal discipline. They reveal who you are becoming beneath the surface. And the truth is, nobody accidentally becomes powerful. Nobody accidentally becomes mentally strong. Nobody accidentally develops confidence, clarity, and emotional control. Those things are built intentionally, quietly, repeatedly, usually while the world is asleep. There is something transformational about waking up early and choosing yourself before the world makes demands. It sends a message to your mind that your growth matters. Your peace matters. Your future matters. And over time, those small private choices create visible public results. People will see confidence without understanding where it came from. They will see success without seeing the sacrifice behind it. They will see calmness without realizing how many lonely mornings created that emotional stability. But powerful women know. They know the real work happened in silence. When nobody applauded. When nobody noticed. When nobody cared. That is where discipline was born. That is where resilience was built. That is where identity changed. And maybe that is the reminder someone needs today. You do not need to completely transform your life overnight. You do not need perfect circumstances. You do not need everyone to believe in you. You simply need to begin reclaiming your mornings. Wake up a little earlier. Protect your peace a little more fiercely. Move your body with intention. Feed your mind with purpose. Sit in silence long enough to hear your own voice again. Because the woman you want to become is not created by chance. She is created by habits. Small decisions repeated consistently until they become part of who you are. And while the world sleeps, powerful women are quietly becoming unstoppable.